Hi, family. I hope you're good. I hope you're feeling blessed. It's your sister Portia Muhau again. Um, Family. When you grow in learning and this YouTube thing, people would say, please like, subscribe, something like that. But I don't believe I should be saying that all the time. Even though there are visitors like passerbys, people that randomly get our channel, randomly. But our old members or our channel members, can you please hit the like button in order for our videos to be able to reach other people and help to somebody that may be in need of it. Today I would like to share a story with you, especially people that get to be horny. I don't know if YouTube allows me to say these words, but it's not really about the revenue for me, to be quite honest. It's not. I thank God. It's never about what we gain. It's more about the lost souls that may be directed to God. There are people that find themselves addicted to pornography. There are people that find themselves, obeying the urges of flesh more and not understanding. I want to tell you a story of a woman that was bitter, a woman that was angry, a woman that was unforgiving, a woman that consulted me in order to punish a husband that had already changed. There was a woman whose husband used to cheat on her. Her husband cheated on her for so many years. And you will probably read more of this story because it did quite a lot in my life, because it inspired a second book that I wrote that I'll just give you the head of this book, but it's not released yet. No, it's my first book. Most of my books will be released at once because they've been long prepared, but I'm waiting on something. I'm waiting. Let's just say I'm a child that don't just walk to please myself. I'm a child that waits on a parent in order for me to make a move. This book is He Did Not Know That a Monster Was Being Created. It's a book that I wrote about my life, certain part and chapter of my life. And this woman happened to be part of this book a little bit because she was a bitter woman. In a sense, I can say I once saw myself in that woman who consulted me. A woman that was angry, bitter, unforgiving, a woman that would not take anything for forgiveness. Yes, her husband did all that he did to her, cheating, making multiple babies outside of marriage. When she consulted me, the man had about 6 children outside marriage. So when she consulted me, I asked her the first question: when he made the first baby outside, you forgave him, right? Yes, I did. You made the second baby outside, you forgave him? Yes, I did. Well, if you were able to forgive him first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth child, why can't you forgive him when he says, I'm sorry of all the atrocities, of all the things that I've done against you? I have changed. Like she said it with her mouth, that I can see that he has changed. He doesn't go anywhere. He goes on business meetings and he calls me like he was more than he was when I first met him. That is evident that the man has changed to her. You understand? But now she could not forgive him. Like the grudge was too much. A bitter woman was built already. So basically, this man was staying with his enemy in the house without him seeing, without him knowing. He only saw coldness. She was cold towards him because she says, I cannot even laugh or smile at the jokes that he makes. Whatever he buys me, he tried to bribe me with a car There's absolutely nothing that he does that I like. I despise him. So she came to me, and I asked her, okay, what do you want now? She say, I want you to do something to the mothers of the babies, because 3 of the ladies knew about me and they tormented me. And the way I don't like him is exactly how I don't like them. Like she was bitter family. So her giving him the coldness and the hate and everything she was doing in the house was making him somehow become closer to one of the mothers of the baby mamas, because for him that was comfort, because honestly he was not getting anything in the house. He was just there for the sake of the duration, let's put it that, the years that they invested together, the love. He I would not call it love. Family, I beg to differ. Someone that does that for me doesn't have love. You understand? You cheat for the first time, second, third, fourth, sixth time. For me, you do not love the person you are with. You are definitely in love with someone else that is not definitely your wife. That is what I believe. I believe people make mistakes, but I do not believe that a man can repeatedly do that. Men make mistakes, but they change. They overgrow that. But this particular one, for me, but then we cannot judge him on the basis of he changed ultimately. He stopped. But to show you that sometimes, as they say, a leopard doesn't change its spot, he went back to, he was going back to one of the baby mamas where he was finding comfort. And you must remember, outside where he had made babies, he made babies with mistresses. So mistresses were not part of the planting season. They were part of the plowing. Yeah, they were part of, the pruning ones. They were part of, we eat the fruit. She was part of the seeding season. So they were enjoying what that woman worked for. So for them, it was perfection already made for them, right? So they were not bitter. They were all trying to impress him so that they win him over because he's successful. So one of the baby mamas was so much comforting to him. So sometimes he would, and this particular baby mama happened to be staying in one of their holiday homes. So this woman found out that they are still sleeping together. So she came and she said, because you see how people that are bitter make news travel. Even the baby mamas, they came to know that, okay, this is what's happening. That's why she was more bitter to deal with the 3. So when she came to me, I said, are you sure about it? She said, yes. I said, okay, because she was hurt, family. It's hurt, it's anger, it's bitterness. That I see it now. And, you also have to go through something in order be healed, be restored, be delivered, in order to understand it better from outside. At that time, I was looking at a woman that has been bruised, a woman that has been hurt, a woman that has been broken. And I was intending to take a battle for this woman because to me, I was doing justice for a woman that I knew that God would do someday. But for me at that time, God was too slow to deal with men like that. So I was like, okay, come back to me, when you are on your periods. Like, she was like, what? I said, yeah, come back when you are on your periods. Because you are dealing with mistresses that go to their periods. I'm going to use your periods as transportation mode to all these women that your husband has been sleeping with and is going to sleep with. So I told her that you have to wait. After I work on you, you have to wait for whoever he sleeps with on her periods. Because I'm going to deal with that person through blood. You understand? And family, what I did to that young woman who was a mistress to this, I don't know if you know the skin of a crocodile. You know, if you look at an alligator, yeah, a snake sometimes is not really like that. Not unless you're going to look at rattlesnakes, and some snakes are, they look rough, but when you hold them, they not as rough as you see them. But a rattlesnake is a bit rough, like some few snakes are like that. And alligator is like, the skin is not friendly. So I made this woman have things like that, and she was not lovable, and she did not know what is wrong with her. And this woman had so much joy, family. I remember this woman, all she wanted to do was make me happy. She was like, I want to take you on a vacation to Cape Town. She literally was rejoicing, looking at other people's pain. Family, there was no remorse. There was no sign. Like, she wanted to offer me the world. Like, because I inflicted pain on the people that she considered people that broke her. And then she came because she saw that, and the man was distancing himself from that lady. And now and then the lady would call the wife to beg, for money. The lady was so bitter. I was like, in fact, I'm taking you out of my house. You have to start looking for another place to stay. Because now she's seriously now the boss, literally. And she's got her husband exactly where she wanted him. And she came again for like third time to me. And she's like, now I want you to deal with this B word, ending with the D. I cannot use that strong word, but a word that you would call someone that Africans usually call people that are mixed blood or whatever. That's not a nice word for me. That's a B to D word. I want you to deal with that B word, ending with a D. I'm like, how far do you want? This man is now your slave, literally. So what do you want me to do to this man now? What do you want me to do to him? And she's like, anything that you can do to this man to make him be there but don't exist. Family, this was my top-notch, top Shaela patient, and like, her wish was my command, in a sense. So I asked her that I don't think you should take his life, and I don't think that you should, because he is already enslaved. He loves you. He's frustrated, he's all that, because now you can say the God who's behind sins has made him to be like that. So I don't think you can use Muti to make him love you more, because the way you are explaining him, he's already enslaved to your love and by your love. So just when I was starting to prepare Muti for this man, God works mysteriously and behind scenes. The innocent man just died. He escaped my hand, and I did not do anything to that man except the mistress's family. And the mistress was sent back to her home country, which is Lesotho. And for a very long time, I tried to find this woman, because what I had given this woman on her skin was something that only me or someone that was coming from a certain country that I had gone to could heal this woman. And it used to disturb me, especially when I would see someone that has got burns, or I would see someone with skin disease, extreme skin disease that is like that. Even eczema cannot make you the way I made that woman. Like, it used to bother me a lot. And when I received Christ, I used to pray for that woman particularly, more than anything, until one day I went to Baragwanath Hospital. I was around Baragwanath Hospital. I saw her. She was doing some kind of business, and she was healing. She was healing. Her skin was not perfect, but her skin was not as bad as I had made it. You understand? I was like, whoever did that, oh, for God's sake, glory to God. You know, I was so afraid. I remember I tried to go and buy pops, like mascopas. I don't know. What do they call them? I went to buy mascopasi next to a woman that was selling next to her. You understand? And she was so lovely. She was such a lovely person, because she was chatty, and and I was looking at her saying, no, these are not twins. I've seen this woman before. I've worked on this woman's picture before. And this woman is the woman that I saw when that woman came with the phone showing me that, thank you, Gogo. This is how she looks now, And as I was looking at her, there was tears of joy, and them again, the lady, the woman and the other woman I was buying from, I was like, are you okay? And I cannot explain that. I'm the one that actually bewitched you to have a skin problem. And now I'm astonished, I don't know, looking at you recovering, And I took it to myself and told myself that, you know what, God gives peace to those that are in him. And the fact that I could not get this woman on time, but I was just sending in prayers, praying that God, wherever she is, can she be restored? Can you reverse any power that was holding her in order for her to have a normal life? And watching her be like that, I don't know whether it's my prayers or the woman went out around up until she found a way and to be restored. But in fairness, all I was doing was thanking God that I'm looking at a woman that I once heard a burden for, because I had done something. Family, there are cases that you would work on and you don't care. But there are certain burdens that you get. And that woman, as we were talking, you could hear that she was a born-again Christian. I'm not going to mention her church. You could hear how she speaks. There's a particular church in South Africa. In fact, I think in South Africa that was so famous. You could hear that she's one of those, as they were talking with that one. And even though she's not those high and mighty in spiritually, but God had restored that person. And for me, God gave me a peace, gave me peace with regards to that case. And I learned a lot about bitterness. I learned quite a lot about unforgiveness. And I told myself and learned from that woman's mistake that, you know what, don't walk with anybody if you cannot be able to forgive them. Ask God to heal you. Ask God to restore you. You need to be in a corner where you are able to forgive someone genuinely from your heart, in order for you not to hurt them, in order for you not to harm them. It also taught me something that I want you to understand, family. There are certain men, menstruations is just pure innocent menstruation, right? But there are certain people with diabolic acts with regards to menstruation. So you also need to be careful, especially if people are not born again. Especially if people, that this is not your person. Just stay away from that. It's just a friendly warning, And wherever you are, may you be able to forgive. The Bible teaches there will be a series that we'll do on forgiveness. Forgiveness, people think it's cheap. And forgiveness, people think, it took the blood of Jesus in order for us to be forgiven. And we are totally forgiven through the act and the finished work of Jesus. So we need to understand, you need to look at someone that has wronged you the way God looks at you. And you need to remember that it took Jesus to free you. Therefore, you need to be able to extend grace and forgive. May the grace and peace of God be with you. May God's Spirit empower you and strengthen you and give you strength to forgive anybody that is in your heart and that you are holding grudge for, anybody that you are, especially wives. It is not easy, but it's something that is doable. Especially, you can't cheat your heart. If you still love your husband, forgive him. If you still are able to submit and respect him, forgive him. Don't say, I have forgiven you, if you know in your heart you haven't. You are going to make him sleep outside with people that are carrying menstruations that can work also against you tomorrow. Or you are going to send certain things through yourself to people that can cause chaos in people's lives. May God enable you through his Spirit to be able to truly forgive. Forgiveness can tear you, but it's okay to be alone, get torn, cry over the hurt. When you get healed and you're fine, forgive and let go. And let the Spirit of God take full control over your body, your life, and your mind. In that way, you will walk in love. You'll walk in grace. You'll walk in forgiveness. Somebody won't have to beg for it. You will understand peace that comes with forgiveness. I love you. God loves you more. Stay blessed.